Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk Thinking Right, out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning. Not so wee hours, sun's coming up. Where I do what I do for you. Today, I got a good lesson for you, so strap it on. We about to have some fun. I hope you enjoy this one. Let's go. Writers and 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message in the story for life. I got a good lesson for you today. I appreciate you tuning in. The numbers are going up, so I'm doing something right. Let's go. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I'm going to give you information that you didn't previously have. Guaranteed. Right Thinker's way of life through what? Mental and spiritual discipline when daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that. Right thinkers' mission is to take the information, obtain the knowledge that I give you, and use it, and it becomes yours. You can call it what you want. Let's go. Know thyself. That's the goal of all right thinkers. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish, not a right thinker. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, honest. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. I got you. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. My job is to wake you up to yourself with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise, not arrogant. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thing to know thyself. Until my eye be true. I've been sending out information that I get. All I do is search information out that I want to know about, and I share it with my right thinkers. I sent you one about the secret, the sacred Christos, okay, the Christ. A few people looked at it and objectively said, whoa, whoa, yeah, that's all I do it for. So I was asked to give a lesson about it, so I'm going to do that today. Right thinkers, let's talk about Christ. Is like Maat, which what I teach, is a principle, a philosophical concept, not a real person. We gave Maat the female body. We gave her the character, put the feather, the ostrich feather in her head with the bandana. So we made her into a person, understanding she represents principles and more. The same thing with Christ, but they broke it down for you. My man, Santos Bonacci, he's good with that. Check him out. I'm not proficient in this. I'm gonna go through it the best I could, but he knew all the parts of the brain, all the parts of the spinal cord. 33. I know all that too, but I don't teach that because I know it. Don't mean I teach it. So those are things that I just acquired. So I'm gonna try to help you out with this one. We're talking about the concept, the spiritual enlightenment connection is when the CSF, that would mean the cerebral spinal fluid, for those who don't know, talked about that again, but that's the Christos, okay? The Kundalini reached the pineal gland. I use the Kundalini, I use the chakra system to show you how to raise the oil. Santos Bonacci showed me a whole different concept, the same concept, but for a whole different angle. I loved it. So I passed it on to get y'all to understand. But I get it. I understand it. So, okay. Oh, wow. I got mine. We caught up my eye. So they based on the same concept. Raising your level, raising past the third degree. As a Mason, I understand that concept too. I teach you esoteric messaging, hidden knowledge that you don't ordinarily get from the exoteric, just looking. You got to go hidden, get the secrets. I understand that. That's what I teach. Okay, let's go. Now, that's Haru, Christhood. Ancients called him Haru. Christians, biblical people call him Jesus. No problem. Christ don't have a problem. Why? Because if it's getting you to be your best self, if it's getting you to raise your conscious level to know who you are, by all means, I'll keep telling you. I just have one way. I know there's other ways, but at least I have a way. For those who don't have a way and say, well, I don't deal with you. Why? I know what I'm talking about. So I had to do that no more to prove nothing to nobody who don't conceive or believe what it is I do. So moving on, let's go. That's why I do this here and now for you. Now, the Christhood or opening your third eye awakening, that was considered nihas. You don't find a definition of that in no modern times. Why? Because it meant Hotep, highest peace, the highest spiritual conscious level, or in the chakra system, it's the crowning, it's the waking of the seven chakra, the thousand lotus plants blossoming. I use the expression because that's what I know. When I heard him say the Christos, when it reached there, it's a thousandfold. Ding, 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 ding. Knockout. I got that concept. I know that concept too. So that's why I'm bringing it to you. I get a little excited now. We called it serpent power. So you do. That's the Caduceus. That's Tahuti's staff. That's the medical sign that they use today. Sorry about that. But I just, again, excited. I get to teaching. I just start going. Right now, I'm teaching. All right. Now, the CSF, the cerebral spinal fluid, is carried from the sacrum, from the bottom, all the way up the spinal cord, 33 degrees, stopping at certain degrees, and doing certain, at 32nd degree, that's the enlightenment. That's when you know east, west, you got both sides covered. You understand rationale. The third out meaning you see spiritually. It's in there. Okay, that means up here. The pineal gland is the third eye. They knew that a long time ago. We just started to catch up. It's cool. It's fine. Right, now watch this. Now, when that CFS is awakened, meaning you living right, doing right, the serpent power, like I said, the serpent, not the bad guy. Understand that, Christians. Oh, it's a snake. Oh, the snakes is bad. No, Moses worked with the snake out in the open. He put on the tree too, on the stick. So understand the lessons, biblical people, and stop talking about stuff that you don't know that I'm trying to explain to you. So let me help you out a little bit. I know a little bit of biblical knowledge too. I go to church and I listen and learn. Watch this. Now you have Aset and Nephthys, they the serpents, the goddess of the staff of Tahuti. Okay, the conception. Again, that's the Kundalini aspect of it. I told you, each level of that Kundalini from 1 to 7, from the root to the crown, there's lessons in there about life that once you master, that's how you do it. They have been had ways to get to God other than Jesus. Jesus Christ is the blueprint for what all followers of the Christian faith. No problem. You believe in the Christ concept, but you don't really know because they're not giving you the whole story. And they tell you what you should tell you. It's a metaphor. It's an allegorical. It's a mythological book to educate you, to enlighten you, to raise your consciousness. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you believe everything in the Bible is literal, you really ain't getting the message. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got time for that. Jesus the Christ is you becoming what? Spiritually enlightened, aka he was. But guess what? We called it Haru. Becoming spiritually enlightened, I mean you raise your conscious level. It's recognized by what? The falcon, the hawk. Why? Because it's the baddest bird in the air, and it's the best thing, and it can fly higher than any other bird. So they use the bird's gifts to show you metaphorically how to use it in your character. So that's what esoteric meaning is all about, teaching you the hidden meaning so you can use it and benefit from it. That's what the preacher is supposed to do in the pulpit. And going there. Moving on. Here you go. Christ. That cerebral spinal fluid that when you start educating the Christians about that, maybe they get a better perspective of what they're doing and understand it better. I ain't saying don't do it, but at least understand what you're doing. The cerebral fluid that coats, that flows from the spinal cord to your brain, it goes up. And if it's purified, if you didn't sexual separation, we got a guy called man. He got a big penis. You see him that, but it don't mean he's gonna stick it and everything. No, it means he's supplementing his energy to rise the Kundalini up high to purity. When it comes back down, it's purified. That's Santa Claus coming down, bringing you gifts. The purity. Boy, I love that lesson. Hope y'all understand it, because when I was watching it, I can't wait to do that, because, yeah, it made a lot of sense, and he broke it down real good. So you can check him out. I don't do it like he do, but you can get a good understanding. He breaks it down perfect. I'm doing what I do my way. Now, the caduceus, the staff, the medical staff of Chahudi. Now, that's the spinal. That's the medical symbol. Why do you think that is? I ain't got time to wait, but yeah, think about that. Now, when you raising your consciousness, is raising your CSF up to the spine, to what? Top of your head, the pineal gland, to ignite that fire that's gonna make it go 1,000-fold. When we call the Akashic records. That's the introduction into your higher realm of knowledge and understanding, intuitive knowledge. Everything you want is up there. Not up there, but up here. The Holy of Holies, whatever you want to call it. Watch this. Now, some say is sexual fluid, and guess what? It's life-giving, so yeah, sperm is in there, life-giving power. That's why I said if you don't have sex within that 28-day period of purity of the oil, and you don't waste this formula, they said, Tesla never had sex. I'm just saying, deception. So he preserved his fluid all his life, and it's supposed to give you longer life. That's what conception. I'm just giving you the lesson. I tend to think a little different, but that's me. I always think a little different. Here you go. Now, okay, we did that. Now, in the spiritually ignorant, Christ is still with them. They don't know. Why? Because it's in you. You just have to wake it up. It's a dormant serpent. The Kundalini concept it sits dormant until it's what? Awakened with what? Righteous living, good deeds, and meditation and prayer. Connecting with your higher self to raise it up. Got one for you. George told us we got to raise Atlantis to the top. When you see the shoe is a man holding, pushing something up. That's air raising heaven up off of earth. Another lesson, but yeah. We use all these concepts and metaphors and probably don't know where half of them come from. But I tell anybody, truth don't go bad. It just stays the same and it lasts all through time. That's why. Old sayers, truth sayers, stay around. Watch this. The CFS runs cerebral spinal fluid, runs from your sacrum by lower back, by in the tailbone, up to root chakra. That's what your root chakra lies, same place. Okay, tailbone to your what? Your third eye, the sixth ring on the chakra scale. That's the third eye. The seventh is the crown, meaning you reached it. You become enlightened. You became Christ-like. You know yourself. Love it. I love it. Man, that do it for me. All right. Now, I had to calm myself down and be respectful to my owls at the gym because of their beliefs. I asked them, they Catholic, Christian. I said, so y'all believe after Christ was put into the stone, put in, and the stone was rolled away, y'all came back and he was gone, body and all. That's how he got to heaven? He said, yeah. Anybody else, I'd have had to address it. But the respect, I've shown them respect. I'm not doing that to them. So I let them pass what they believe. I ain't gonna follow what you believe. That's working for you. Knock yourself out. So I'm not gonna disrespect nobody's belief because I believe or I know or think otherwise. That's respect, okay? Spiritual respect. I'm not doing that. Okay, here we go. Now, Christos, becoming awakened to your higher self. That's the oil coming up and coming back down, and you become enlightened. But watch this. The Roman Catholics misunderstood this concept. The real, the real meaning of Christos is the rising of the consciousness to become awakened, to know who you are. It's a metaphor, it's the allegory, it's the mythological concept to teach, okay, philosophically. Now, I was talking with, that's what I'm saying, that's their concept. The Catholics believe that the resurrection was body and all, and I had to let that go. They said that Jesus Christ rose up to heaven, body and all. If you're Catholic and that's what you believe, I have no problem with that. Well, I'm not a Catholic, and what you believe don't have no bearings on me, so I let that go. I'm not big on worrying about what somebody believes or trying to change their belief. No, I'm just trying to teach, enlighten, educate, and motivate. That's my goal. That's my mission. Now, I had to calm myself down to deal with that. But respectfully, my owls for their beliefs, I didn't rag them. Okay, I didn't get them. Christ is a way of life, just like Maat. It's principles that you can live by, spiritual truth that was taught to us by ancient times. To make Jesus the historical figure, God, if that works for you, knock yourself out. Don't do that for me. So understand that. I got no problem with that. Last one. We call it Kundalini, aka Christ, or now we know cerebral spinal fluid, all becoming one with the higher self. All these different sayings, but they mean the same thing. That's the part I love. The NIMS. About the NIMS, I got a good one coming for you. Conscious. Two different ways. I got the lesson. I ain't gonna let you get out the bag yet, but I got a good one coming for you. Let me wrap this up. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you got the lesson. Here you go. Christ and Maya can be given identities to teach a philosophical principle to live by. Again, not a person, but a philosophical concept, a principle that give you concept that you can live by and manifest for yourself, become Christ-like, Horushood, Christhood, anointed. That's what it's all about, educating yourself. We don't deal in the belief world, okay? Christ, aka Kundalini or CSFM, can't be seen, but only understood and learned and lived. As a master of right thinking philosophy, I'm a Christ enlightened being with knowledge of self. I am Maya in living by her principles that she gives us to live righteous. And at Judgment Day, they thought so much of Maya that they questioned, how Maya did you live? So the phrase is, how you live? I'm with Maya. You said I'm blessed. Same thing. Just saying. Here you go. Last one. Right thinking philosophy gives you the spiritual knowledge of self you need to what? Reach Christhood for yourself. Nihas, Haru, whatever you want to call yourself. But I'm giving you tools to make that happen for you. That's what I do for you. I'll be back. I gotta go.